All right, we are back, and it is the stage 3 rundown. Competitors, obviously, it is getting into the days of the Dakar. We are settled in. The cobwebs are off. All the practice, all the stuff that these guys have been up to, cleared. Guys are getting into the rhythm of things. I saw a post earlier from Skylar recapping his stage number 2. Talking about early on difficulty in navigations and just a little bit slower of a stage, but then falling into the groove by the end of the stage. So glad to hear. Great job on the stage for him for stage number 2. But we are here to talk about stage number 3 as the recap. We have got more kilometers. These guys are doing another 400-kilometer day for tomorrow, 421 kilometers to be exact. So let's get the graphic up on screen and we'll talk a little bit about the stage. So stage number 3, going to start up at the top left, and we'll just do the circle around this information. 7:15 a.m. sunrise with a 17:45 or 5:45 p.m. sunset for these guys. Loop tomorrow is going to be from AlUla right on back to AlUla. It's going to be made up of 0% asphalt. We've got dirt track in the 58%. You've got 31% sand, 0% dunes, 11% stone track for tomorrow. So they will have a little bit of a commute in the morning to get to the start of the stage, roughly looking 64 kilometers to get to the beginning there, just a little over 36 miles for competitors to get to the green flag. They will have a chance to get fuel there at the start, and then from there, they are going to have to make it all the way to the neutralisation at kilometer 219. So once they are on stage, they'll have the checkpoint. Obviously, they've got CKP1 or check 1 at kilometer 114. They do have additional vigilance and timing points along the course. If you haven't been following along, you can click on the link below, get onto the chasing waypoints. Basically, Command Central, you've got the tracking there, you've got the stage preview there, you've got more information, local time, weather, that kind of thing going on there if you guys want to check that out. Link is in the description. So after that, after the neutralisation, and again, a neutralisation is just where they are able to take on fuel, grab a quick snack, whatever it is that they have with them. If they need to turn a wrench on the bike or the car, something really, really quick, you don't have a lot of time. It is a self-contained thing, so there's no crews there to help you or anything like that, but it gives you a moment to take a deep breath and get ready for the second half of the stage. So once they leave that at kilometer 219, they're going to make their way all the way back around to kilometer 421, where they will have the finish line for stage number 3. Once they complete that, they will be on their way back on the road, on their way in a transfer section that is going to be 251 kilometers. So these guys are going to have definitely some travel time on the way back to get to the bivouac in AlUla. So very good stage. Again, another longer stage, 421 kilometers. From what I'm seeing, based on finish times, that 4 hour, 4 hour, 4 hour, it seems to be a kind of a consistent 3 to 4 hour stage length that they're doing aside from any of the liaisons. So we are getting closer. Obviously, we've got getting closer to that marathon stage. We are getting closer to that monster stage of 900 kilometers. So things will be changing. It'll be interesting to see how the strategy plays in with a stage like this. So it looks like they are going to be up for some different terrains. I'm going to run over to let's see, we have also the stage briefing. Let's take a quick look at the stage briefing. This is directly from the organization that we'll read, and we'll get it up on screen for you guys. You can also find this on the website with the link below. So looks like in the information, we have kilometers 0 to 40 looking at sandy canyons, 40 to 105 looking fast gravel tracks, kilometer 105 to kilometer 127. Track becomes less rideable, rough and winding as check 1 approaches on track. Present only to ensure safety due to crossing with the Dakar Classic. Sand then once again gives way to several gravel roads, which is not always clearly visible. So that looks like they're going to have some tricky navigation tomorrow, right in that 105, 127 and on. 127 to 168, you enter into a demanding section of rocky and technical area. So another area. Today's stage number 2, had that rocky and technical early on, a lot of punctures, mechanical issues early on in that stage. So 168 to 219, the landscape opens up onto fast or very fast plateaus, even very fast plateaus. Plateaus leading to the neutralisation. Neutralisation going to be at kilometer 219. 219 to 323. The track returns to wide, winding canyons, generally fast, though some undulations and short, rough sections occasionally disrupt the rhythm. Uh-oh. Well, that'll be interesting. At least for the guys that are used to riding in the rough, I think that just sounds like typical, open desert terrain. From kilometer 323 all the way to the finish line, navigation will be demanding in this final part of the stage. Although the tracks are fast, they are poorly visible and in poor condition. So sounds like maybe some gotchas, some rocks there, maybe taken after some rims, some sidewalls, things like that. The bikes, I don't think generally have to worry about that because they run mooses. But the vehicles do have to watch out with their sidewalls. So will be interesting to see how tomorrow goes along. They do have some vigilance points. So basically the organization saying, keep an eye out for this. Kilometer 161, long sandy descent. Kilometer 194 looks like the passage over the summit with tight right-hand turn, rocky and narrow. Be aware of the ravine on the outside of the corner. Then you've got kilometer 282, difficult, narrow passage through rocks. Kilometer 288, off-camber technical section, attention for the trucks. So if you're in one of the garbage trucks, you got to watch out for this stuff. Kilometer 297.78, rocky passage, followed by a summit and an off-piste rocky downhill section, technical and rough. So sounds like they've got some stuff to watch out for on tomorrow's stage. Obviously, we're looking forward to covering it. We're going to see how it shakes out. So again, first bike is going to be out of here, going to be leaving and taking the checkered flag early on in the day. What do we see here? Jump back to our stage map and timing. Again, first bike is going to be taking the green flag on the stage at 7:30 a.m., which is going to be 8:30 p.m. here on the Pacific Coast. They are expecting, taking a look at the timing, they are expecting the last or the first bike to be done with the stage right around midday. And then back at the bivouac somewhere near sunset at 15:41 or 5:45 or 5:41 p.m. The last, they are expecting it at 0:52, meaning that following day at midnight, just after midnight. And then we're looking at, let's see, first vehicle. They are expecting the first vehicle in at 14:15. So that's going to be right about 2 p.m., 2:15 p.m. local time. And then the last vehicle, they are expecting it to cross the finish line at just past midnight at 0:56. And then you have the last vehicle in at the bivouac at 4:06 a.m. So that is a absolutely long day for those guys. I bet there will be people that will be taking advantage of that 4:06 a.m. and be worried about making it to the end of the stage. The control does close at 5:36 a.m. For the vehicles at the bivouac, and then they continue on to the next and get ready for the next day's stage. So long day. I think it'll be a fast day still, even though it'll be interesting to see with the rocky sections how the cars fare. If we're going to have any issues with punctures, we're going to have a change up in the lead. Again, it's stage number 3, still a lot of kilometers to go for the Dakar Rally, but they're not making it easy. So far, every day has had these rocks, has had these tricky sections that have challenged riders and drivers alike. Seth Quintero finding a tree in the dust this past stage in stage number 2, but still was able to pull it off, which is awesome. Looking forward to seeing it. It is a close race, and we've been talking about it. We've got some navigation stuff. We're going to get to those stages where the cars are going to lead out. It'll be interesting to see how that goes down. So anyway, with that being said, we're going to move on. We've got more stuff to do today, but don't forget, like, share, subscribe, do all of that fun stuff. Check the link in the description. That'll get you over to where we're putting up this information as well on the Chasing Waypoints website. I hope you guys are enjoying, and we'll be back with the results for the next episode. All right. See ya.